Well, alright, alright, alright. It is your boy, Wumbus, clicking around, doing stuff. There we go, Lord. My, touchpad's a little awkward, but I felt like playing some Bloodborne tonight. I think, if I recall right, we need to go take down the Witches of Hemwick. I have 0 insight, which is always the goal. I think we're just going to run through here. We've kind of talked about Hemwick a little bit. Again, this is like a small, insular town, and there are all these graves and everything. But, we were talking about, how the architecture is a lot more primitive in Yarnum, so, wonder how long this area has been here, and, whether it predates Yarnum or doesn't. And then, there's executioners, and then, of course, this area is right next to Canehurst. There's a section up there where you can actually see Canehurst, if I recall. But so, proximity, how ravaged was this area by, the church hunters coming in and, dealing with Canehurst? Man, plays a fucking sniper. You know what? Just to get back to enough blood vials for me to feel okay. Ooh. Well, okay then. There. Also, as usual, knocking off the rust. Let's see, I don't think I have anything important on my inventory here, but even before the Witches of Hemwick, there are all these body bags, and then there are some people that are chained to the bed, so were the dead waking? What's the need for all of this? And were these people, coming to the Witches of Hemwick, or are these the results of the Witches of Hemwick trying to help people, but they weren't able to? Then there are several smaller bodies over here, which is a huge bummer to think about. And then obviously the elephant in the room, aka the big crash through here. I'm interested to see how much, what the witches' part in all of this is, right? Okay, so no madmen will appear, which is nice. Okay. Oh yeah, you actually have to attack her for her to stick around. That's right. Oh well. I meant to have my weapon out first, but I didn't do that. That's on me. So now we get to do the fun part of she roams around. There we go. And yeah, if you didn't know, you can stun lock her from disappearing by hitting her with R2s over and over again. And then if you get her low enough, her sister spawns in, so we will go take care of her. She spawns in over here. And we'll do the same thing, where we just hit her with a couple R2s. And now we just go deal with the original one. And then super easy boss fight. Quick and clear. But yeah, even in here, the bodies are hung from the ceiling. Some bloodshot eyeballs. So this is clearly their little lair, but this is more built up down here. Was this some kind of cathedral-esque thing? Why was this bridge here? What were they presenting? It's all very interesting. They were clearly set up here. They had supplies, they had barrels, they have a lot more bodies. So were the witches of Hemwick healers, or were they like trying to prevent? Were they like desecrating dead bodies? Like, what was the deal with the witches of Hemwick? What were their purpose here? And obviously, they're not the only like witch archetypal things. I mean, I guess we don't really see the like warrior women out there casting spells or anything. So, but there are other witches, like there are witches in Yahar'gul, and so it's interesting to think about. And then down here, again, not a lot of men in this village in the first place, but this is like a hunter they like tied up, and like below him is a bunch of like papers. Well, I guess we don't know it's male, but we would assume. But he has the room workshop tool, so did he steal it from the dream and then like get caught afterward by the witches of Hemwick, or was he brought here to be investigated by the witches of Hemwick? Another place where like this dropped through, and you can see that like it opens back up into the sky itself. Very weird. But again, more supplies, more books that I'm rolling through because. But like, what is this hunter's story? Like, how did he get trapped here? Clearly, he'd been here for a while because like he's like a desiccated corpse, kind of like a almost Dark Souls 1 corpse kind of look. But yeah, it's all very interesting. But that gives us the rune shop, or the rune worker's tool. So we will now go back to the dream, spend our blood echoes, and equip some runes. There she is.
Very well.
How much does it cost us to level up now? Okay, so we'll get at least one level out of this. I guess we're just going to keep pouring into strength for right now, because we want to get to 25 strength and 25 skill, because that'll give us a pretty even spread stats-wise. Okay. I mean, now at this point, we're pretty much ready to fight Amelia, as I recall. Memorize a Carol rune to acquire its eldritch strength. Like, is it possible that that hunter that was down there is Carol? Like, and Carol was trying to take the runes back? I don't know. I think for right now, we're just going to equip the max runes. And the higher blood vial, higher quicksilver bullet max, and then the acquire more blood echoes max. Runes for right now. Yeah, kind of a negligible amount there. Okay. I think we actually have to upgrade our pistol a little bit for it to have... No, it has a socket. So why isn't... Is it like glitched out? That's weird. I mean, it's not like we don't have enough bloodstone shards, so... Whatever. Okay, so now it has a socket. Okay. There we go. No, I was just being dumb. Cool. So, with the Tear Blood gem, it's a really small amount of recovery, like it heals 2 HP every 4 seconds, so it's not like it's a lot. But we're only using our gun really to parry, so having it in our offhand is just kind of a little bit of healing. Not mad about it. Okay, and so that would take us back to where we were. This would take us to Hypogean Jail or the abandoned old workshop, and then we haven't unlocked anything that would use this top one just yet. No place to awaken. But like I said, what we need to do is go in and deal with Amelia. So we will make our way to Cathedral Ward. But we've tackled, you know, all the bosses we can tackle at this point without glitches, minus the couple in the Chalice dungeons. Although I did remember that I missed the illusory wall in the first layer there. So we might go back in. You know, just because she'll give us more, let's do that. And then Junta must Junta's not here yet. Oh no, there she is. Duh, God.
Oh, hello there. Perfect timing. I must warn you not to go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. Henrik, an old hunter, has gone mad. And he's my mark.
Shh. Everyone be quiet. She's talking.
Don't go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. I have business there first.
Little giggles as she's preparing to go kill somebody. Super fun. However, I don't do well with being told not to do something, so... I am, of course, wearing a headset with a mic, and my wife is on the couch with me, and she was saying, it's really weird just you talking into nothing, and then whenever you stop talking, it's real creepy. I'm like, yeah, you know. But anyway, let's go down to Cathedral Ward. Let's immediately disobey what she told us not to do. Because let's go deal with Henrik. Henrik. Oh, hello. I mean, I want to get like a got him parry on him, but... Also, where's Eileen? Oh, he angry. Sir, we were doing something. Don't accidentally hit Eileen. Get that thick visceral. More fun to shoot him. Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear. Anyway, we'll pick up the air rune and talk to Eileen. Heavy breathing.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks.
Oh, you know.
We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all.
Thank you.
You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then.
I did. He kind of needed to be put down.
He was falling apart, I'm sure it had to be done.
It did. He was freaking out.
But try to keep your hands clean.
Eh.
A hunter should hunt beasts.
Eh.
Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
I want to hunt hunters. Approval.
Try to leave the hunting of hunters to me.
I do find it interesting that they recorded both versions. Like, she did 2 voice lines for that. Interesting. Okay, anyway. Well, we helped Eileen. That's all we were really here for, so. Anyway. Back up to what we were doing. Well, that was weird. I've never, like... Okay. It didn't, like, reassess me. It just made me drop. That was fun. I've literally never seen that happen. And I've played a lot of this game. Yeah. Like, as it turns out, if you try to climb a ladder just to the left of the ladder, you won't climb the ladder. Weird how that works. Alright. Well, anyway. Now that that job's done, let's deal with some stuff. Sir, I have no quarrel with you. But now you've angered me. Crow. Raven, bird thing. Burb. That's a big burb. Boys, I don't care. Gentlemen. See, I want to use his sight. That just seems cool. Anyway. We will use the door transition iframes to not get hurt by these dudes, which is fun. Roll on in. Yeah, I was about to say, I think they like specifically won't follow you. And we will, before we get all the way in there, be smart and put on the numbing mists. Just in case. I don't think Amelia's going to get a bunch of heals off on us, but you never know. Jump into the cutscene like a boss. But again, like the ornate, like, altars here. I mean, obviously this is like a cathedral, so like the intent is, you know, that Amelia is here praying. And like she already has kind of like super long features and like real scraggly hand bits, which I find interesting. But she freaks out. Like, it's interesting that she's just now turning into a beast, and her blood splatters the statues. Like, ooh, ooh. And now she got the long hair. Ooh, she a dog. Look at the puppy with the antlers. Oh, honey. There we go. And now we have insight. Okay, so I'm going to focus on her back leg. Ow. Unsure. Okay, and transform attacks actually do more damage, as I recall. They said most of her attacks you can actually just outspace. Just in the right position to do so. I say that as I am healing it, so, you know. Okay, we got a limb break. See, we're playing very bad. Her temper tantrum. Broke the other arm. Oop. Oop. Well, that was bad for us, but that's fine. Get owned. As I immediately also get owned. Oh, Amelia. Yeah, it would also help if we were, like, playing well. Yeah, no thank you to the bitey. Okay, I jumped instead of dodged. That was cool. She's not happy with me. I think that might have killed us if we had been in the way of it. You know, for safety. We whipped that attack terribly. Love that. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, she does get more aggressive in her second phase. That's on me for being dumb. I also wasted several numbing mists and didn't go in there with a full complement of blood vials, so that's kind of on me. But yeah, it's interesting, like, watching her movements and everything, and, like, she still possesses some ability to, like, heal and that kind of thing. So she's still a proper cleric. Just, you know, a little crazy. She's kind of strong. Like I said, we're actually in a good place. I'm just rusty. Getting back used to, like, Bloodborne's timings and everything is not my skill, unfortunately. Oh, Bloodborne's camera getting caught on stuff. Always fun. And so actually what made me want to specifically play Bloodborne today was because I watched Berto Please's video on the differences between the 1.0 patch and current patch, and that was very interesting. Okay, let's retrieve our blood echoes. I think we're going to do this a little more locked on than we've done. Not that I don't feel like fighting her with lock on is terribly necessary, but it does definitely make some things easier. Keeping track of her across the... That was foolish of me, admittedly. See, we're not playing at our best right now, unfortunately. And I think I'm actually taking more damage not being locked onto her, or being locked onto her than I was not being locked on. Of course, as I say that, I immediately get hit, but... Her range attack. God damn. Dude, as it turns out, I am not good at fighting Amelia. I was doing so well the first time. Here we are, messing up terribly. Dude, I, like, keep dodging way too late on that. I also probably do need to be trying to rally health back more, but of course, the second I try to actually rally health back, I die, so... Never been good at breaking her limbs in succession, I'll say that. There we go. Hell no, bitch. Yeah, way too early for that one. Bloodborne and its delayed attack. Yep. Yep. Crap. It's been a minute since we fought Vicar Amelia. Oh, Vicar Amelia. She kicks my ass sometimes. The bad part is that I did have her for a minute where I was able to break limbs in succession, but I just goofed it up. And that's on me. Okay. Avoid the boys. The bad part is I feel like I do need a little bit more stamina, but... Leveling stamina in Bloodborne is for cowards. I say that as I am probably going to level stamina here shortly, but whatever. Okay, and that dude can sweep attack every once in a while, and then these dudes are kind of no concern. Their attacks come out very slowly. Can you tell I've had to make this run back a lot before? Okay. Yeah, and once again, this is like a very ornate cathedral. Like, they definitely, like, we're gonna go pick up our blood echoes, because I'll, A, forget, and B, in the bud. I keep getting hit by everything. Didn't even need the riposte, Amelia. See, that was much cleaner. Just need to shake the rest off. The gold. Okay, let's light the lamp. And then progress the game. I think we've done everything we needed to do up to this point. So, let's gaze into the skull. And progress the night.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood.
Bro.
Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood.
That's the password. You said the word of the day.
Take my leave.
Whatever, Lawrence. You dork. But yeah, so that I believe takes place in the lecture halls.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence didn't fear it enough, you know? Because I do believe that is his skull. And again, kind of in like the weird Catholic tradition of like keeping saintly artifacts and stuff like that, they appear to be following the same kind of thing. What's weird is that statue up there is headless. I don't know what the significance of that is, but they're like pouring some liquid down on the altar, and then obviously this altar is for Lawrence's skull. And we'll see more of that in the DLC when we get to it, but it is now nighttime, which means we can actually go to Hypogean Jail and rescue Adela if we want to. But, like I said, this actual lamp is not, it'll stop being accessible to us shortly because, you know, it's for fun. Yay. Quicksilver bullets. Blue elixir. Alright, but see now, like, I can't remember, I guess I might have to go to the Hunter stream first, but, like, you can, like, quietly walk around the giants because they're like sleeping or praying or whatever. Come on, bros. Ooh, we were just a bit too far away. I am not where I have my gun out. But there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I think the giants drop blood vials, if I recall. But yeah, these dorks just kind of stand here, which is awkward. He's like, my friend! How dare you shoot my friend? I'm gonna walk off this ledge. I actually do find it fun to parry the scythe guys, because their attacks are so telegraphed. Alright, more blood vials. That was what we were hunting for, because we did go through a few there, unfortunately. But our next destination, after we take care of this dog, being a dog in a Souls game, is out here. And like I said, now the giants are like kneeling or sleeping or whatever they're bid. So you can actually like reasonably sneak up on them and take them out before they become a problem, which is kind of nice. But again, like, we're gonna spend a second in this graveyard talking about the blood, or not the blood, but the moon and everything. So I am gonna take out the two giants really quickly so that we can stand here in peace. However, like I said, I mean, they're not gonna aggro onto us, but you know, why risk it, right? Advice at the beginning of Bleach, you know, if you attack them from behind. But now, see, the moon is out, and the skybox has changed distinctly. Technically, the skybox changes a little bit after Gascoigne, because like the progression of time and everything in this game is very weird. But basically, touching Lawrence's skull and learning like the password to get into the Forbidden Woods progresses the game cycle, and now it's night. And so, again, because time doesn't necessarily flow the way it does in real life here, like, why is us learning that fact what triggers the hunt to progress? Like, is the moon presence in control of the flow of time? Again, how much... Like, I don't necessarily want to turn the moon presence into the Velka of all of this, but... like, what interaction with which old one produced the weird flow of time here? These dudes are really dangerous, but nothing too hard to handle. More bullets, we got the item over there already. Okay. And so, I can't remember if Alfred is already down here or not. I don't think he is. He is not. And that might be just because we didn't progress. We didn't go back to the Hunter stream between beating Amelia or not. But I mean, I think the area reloads after you beat Amelia because of the change. Interesting. We got his additional dialogue. That's rare. And then, of course, this reveals, and this guy, who is supposed to be that, is a skeleton, so already dead. So who was talking? Like, is that like an inkling that, like, the Nightmare of Mensis is happening? Like, it's spooky-ooky and interesting. Like I said, it's it never stops being spooky season if we continue to believe in our hearts. use the power of Disney to keep spooky season going. But yeah, so like just on the other side of Yarnum, and actually what is the path technically to Bergenworth, is the Forbidden Woods. And you can look out and there's like this big windmill, and like big structures and everything like that. And you can actually drop down here and go get that item, but there are like just items scattered, and there are like further graves out here and things like that. So like it's interesting that like this was sequestered off, and like I said, it's called the Forbidden Woods. So like Yarnum is built up in this and has now like made it to where it's like against the rules, I guess, to access Bergenworth, because like this is the area between Bergenworth and Yarnum. But like looking through, like things are starting to be reclaimed by nature out here because of neglect, but there's still like people manning this area, and we'll come to a village in a little bit and see more of like the inhabitants of the Forbidden Woods. But also there's more of like the like lanky beast guys that we fought down in like the sewers or canals of old Yarnum, or of regular Yarnum. But like again, how inhabited was this area? Was this always closed off basically as soon as the church gained control? Again, I think those are questions that the game does answer a little bit. But let's grab the lamp. We'll pick up some more Twin Bloodstone shards, which we're happy to get. And then I believe... can't remember exactly where the lamp is. This guy. Throw an oil urn. Just like it. There we go. Get him to lay down, take a nap in the woods. Very Rumpelstiltskin coated. There's like a pot cooking here. Very interesting. But again, more like graves, and then like different kinds of gravestones, like these circular ones that are in like that like peanut shape almost. And I think there's an executioner up here guarding an item, if I recall. But like there are lanterns hanging from things. Like again, this is clearly like an area of like import, and people use this place, and like, dude, I am firing way too late on that. You can't parry that, Derek. And it's like, alright, fine. Well, at least we got the parry on that time. Our skill is still good enough to where we do one-shot these dudes with a parry. Punch and blood cocktail. But again, like there are little like hooking paths, and this looks like we're walking back toward like below Yarnum. So like this is an area, but there were like clearly two Yarnumites who came this way and didn't make it out of this cave. I wonder if like the executioner like kept them here. Like what's significant about the placement here? And like there is some like lighting effect in here, but that might just be like the oddity of Bloodborne, not necessarily like implications. But yeah, like there are carved paths, there are like fires alight, like stuff is happening over here. Like society progresses, so it's clearly not like that forbidden, unless Yarnum just was fine with closing itself off to these people entirely, which wouldn't shock me for Yarnum, but this guy is now smells out. Well, that was itchy. Yeah, but that's fine. More blood vials, happy to have them. I can't remember where the lamp is. That is on me. I'm pretty sure it's before that, right? Am I crazy? Is it up? No, because this was just more over here. Did I run past it? I feel like I may have run past it. Dude, am I doing that thing where I've played a game too much and now I don't remember basic stuff about it? Because that tends to happen to me. I don't specifically remember where the lamp is. Huh. It may be further down here. I just can't remember. That's on me. I could have sworn there, I guess, yeah, why would there be a lamp between there and here? But, lamp acquired. But so again, like, clear path down here. Path to a structure, and mind you, this structure is very tired. But, a structure nonetheless. Birds. Again, like, there are, like, graves around this inn, which is interesting. And, like, all around it, and, like, again, odd corpses, but corpses all the same. And obviously, you know, we get access to this door, and there's a cut through here. Is Volta already in there? I can't really tell. I think he is, but I don't know where else he would be if he weren't. But let's go back to the Hunter's Dream, and we will read some of the stuff we just picked up and level up a couple times and keep things moving. But also, accept a gift from the messengers. The eye of a blood drug hunter beckons hunters to the hunter's nightmare. A deformed creature will whisk you away outside Erden Chapel. Eye of a blood drug hunter. That's our DLC key.
Welcome. What is it you desire?
So I think we will just, you know, go through the base game entirely and then tackle the DLC after we beat Murgo, just because, you know, there's plenty of lore implications between there and now.
Very well. Let the echoes be. Let me stand close.
Now shut your eyes. Shut your ass up. Okay, let's get strength to 25. And then, yeah, you'll see a drop-off after that. Now it's only raising up by 2. And again, this is just the soft cap, like, not necessarily, you know, the end-all, be-all. That actually is kind of a big buff to slow poison resistance, which will be helpful coming up. Yeah. I suppose we will put a little bit into endurance directly. But yeah, that's 25 on strength and skill, so that's like, again, the low soft cap.
May you find...
Yeah, I'll find my worth in the waking world, I know. Okay. So, I'm going to remember to actually read Amelia's pendant before I break it. So, Pendant of Vicar Amelia. Used to change into a blood gem which fortifies weapons. This pendant, passed down among the vicars who head the healing church, is a reminder of the cautionary adage, words that will open the gates of Bergenworth. Well, looks pretty, let's break it. Into the golden blood gem, which we'll read momentarily. Do we ever read Old Hunter Bone? But yeah, the bone of an old hunter whose name is lost. It is said that he was an apprentice of old Gehrman and a practitioner of the art of quickening, a technique particular to the first hunters. It is most appropriate that hunters, carriers of the torch who are sustained by the dream, would tease an old art from his remains. And that's actually kind of a cool, like, letting you know that you will see Gehrman do this. Like, if you got the suspicion that Gehrman was like one of the final bosses, that's like a fun tease that he also does that. Let's see, we did read the 1/3 of umbilical cord, but actually I, again, in watching Berto Please's video, did find out that this had different text in 1.0, which is super interesting. And it actually mentions that this is a 1/3 of umbilical cord from the Vile Bloods. And I don't know how canon that is at this point, but very interesting. Obviously, they updated the text for a reason. But that's the same as the other cold bloods, so we're good there. Yep, we read that. Bone marrow ash, the different Yep. A precious tool in sadly short supply. Yeah. Did we actually read the blue elixir? Dubious liquid medicine used in strange experiments conducted by high ministers of the healing church, a type of anesthetic that numbs the brain. Hunters are able to retain consciousness by force of will, make use of a secondary effect of the medicine, which dilutes their presence while standing still. We have read that, but I do just kind of love the aesthetic of this. It's so cool. It's just very, it's so Bloodborne. It's so Victorian apothecary, super cool. And then the beast blood pellet. Again, I don't know if we read this or not, but large medicinal pellets supposedly formed of coagulated beast blood, banned by the healing church due to their unclear origin, grants a spurt of beasthood. Ripping apart the flesh of one's enemies and being rained upon by their splattering blood invigorates one's sense of beasthood, feeding strength and euphoric feeling alike. And then the blood of Ariana. I don't think we read this. Blood taken from Ariana, cathedral ward woman of pleasure. The sweet blood of Ariana restores HP and temporarily speeds stamina recovery. A member of the old healing church would know that her blood is similar indeed to precisely what was once forbidden. And so that's kind of inkling that Ariana is a vile blood, because she's wearing a dress that you pick up in that area, and the healing church forbid the vile blood and everything like that. So, and I wonder if that ties to if the stamina recovery is a part of that, what were the vile bloods known for, that kind of thing. And so we did get some bloodshot eyeballs, material used in a holy chalice ritual, an exquisite eyeball removed quickly after death, or perhaps even before, used to unlock the seal of the old labyrinth intertombs. Ooh, spooky-ooky. I don't know if we've read most of these, admittedly. I know we read the weird messenger changey thingies, which I don't think... I think it just changes the animations of the messengers. I'm not entirely sure. I know we read those. Okay, we definitely haven't read the Rune Workshop tool. Runesmith Carol, student of Bergenworth, transcribed the inhuman utterings of the Great Ones into what are now called Carol runes. The hunter who retrieves this workshop tool can etch Carol runes into the mind to attain their wondrous strength. Provost Willem would have been proud of Carol's runes, as they do not rely upon blood in any measure. And so again, the lore implications there, was that Carol below the Witches of Hemwick? And if it's a thing to be retrieved, is it always missing from the dream whenever the hunt starts? Provost Willem would have been proud of Carol's runes, meaning Carol developed these runes well after separating from... how would Willem not know Carol to be proud of Carol's runes? Did these only happen after the fact? Did Carol predate Willem? I can't imagine that they did, because Willem was clearly alive and already old and kind of in his head, so to speak, because we just saw him in the cutscene where he talked to Lawrence, and Lawrence is dead. So how old are the Carol runes in the timeline? I think we did read this, and obviously we haven't read the Eye of a Blood-Drunk Hunter, which people have kind of pointed out is similar to the Yarnamite that we or not that we, that the hunter takes out in the opening cinematic. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter. Its pupil is collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the scourge of beasts. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. So, you know, basically you die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain, like, kind of vibe. And I wonder, whenever Eileen takes somebody out, you know, takes a hunter out who's gone, you know, too blood hungry, do they go to the hunter's nightmare? Do they get, like, separated separately? Like, weird stuff to think about. That's our sword. The wooden shield. Ah, you just love to see it. Okay, and then most of these are relatively similar. But obviously the gold blood gem slightly different. A blood gem that fortifies weapons and adds various properties. Most radial blood gems have effects that bear upon physical attacks, and this golden radial blood gem, kept for generations within the church, strengthens attacks against those afflicted intensely by beast blood. When clerics began transforming into unspeakable beasts, the church needed something to retaliate with. Ominous. Okay. And I don't know if we've actually read these quite yet. No, I guess we have, because we talked about the beast rune, but we did pick up a couple new ones. So, air. The air sees sentimentality in the warmth of blood, and acknowledges visceral attacks as one of the darker hunter techniques. More blood echoes gained from visceral attacks. Perhaps the air is a hunter who bears the echoing will of those before him. Ooh. And then Lake, I believe we had read. Moon, I think, is one that we read. So, I mean, that's pretty much... I always thought the formless Erden rune looked like a smiley face, but, like, that's crying and, like, dribbling out of its mouth. Like, it looks weirdly McDonald's-y to me, and that's just me. But yeah, weird stuff. Let's go see what the Insight Bath has to offer to us. Notice that Gehrman stops showing up after a minute. Oh, cool. Now we can buy fire paper from him, which is awesome. And now we can buy bloodshot eyeballs. And there's Henrik's set, which we will be buying. Henrik's Hunter's Cap. Hunter's hat worn by Henrik, the old hunter. The taciturn old hunter Henrik was once partners with Father Gascoigne, and though they were a fierce and gallant duo, their partnership led to Henrik's tragically long life. Henrik's unique yellow garb is resistant to bolt and will be a great help to any hunter who has inherited the onus of the hunt. And then this is pretty much the same. Just tying with the other ones. But that's Henrik. But yeah, we'll go ahead and purchase Henrik's stuff so that we have it. And that's all we can get from the Insight Bath for now. I need to come in here and actually see what we have stored, because... Okay, so we do have plenty of blood vials and bullets, so we're not stressed about that, per se. I don't have any Molotovs, which is kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. Yeah, then we haven't stored anything else, really. Anything worth stowing? Not that I'm aware of. Although I did watch a video where they were talking... Oh, I guess we could throw the wooden shield in there. It's not like I'm ever going to use it. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at the point where I need chunks for the Holy Blade. And then... Let's see. Might as well put the hunter's pistol up a little bit more, because we're not going to be hurting for shards and twin shards at any point, so... Okay. Yeah, and now we'll go ahead and fix that, because sure. Okay. A marked decrease, actually. And then obviously the red blood gem's just where it's going to be. And this still only has the one. Alright then. So that's that. Alrighty. Purchase items. Buy all of the blood vials that we can. Fucking shining coins meat. Yeah, and it's never worth it to sell the cold blood stuff, so. Yep. How much Henrik said is, just because? It's reasonable. It's not super expensive. It's not the doll's clothes, after all. Which I believe we already got and sold, because... cosplay attire. Okay. I mean, I guess while we're here, go ahead and crack our various cold bloods. Let's see. At least they added the use multiple. Like, that is very useful. I don't know if that's enough for us to get a level. I'd have to check. Yeah, the only downfall of using level up waifus is that the waifus tend to be, you know, away. Away! Away! You are not wanted here! From where you could just, like, easily take out a couple enemies. So, there's that joy. Okay, let's buy one more of those, just to be, you know, just to be safe. Just spend your extra on those. Okay. I kind of do want to go back into this, so. Here. And I know I'm holding out for Black Friday to get a deal on the annual subscription for PlayStation, so I can't use the online features right now. But that's fine. Oh. Oh, yeah, this just like... This is here for whatever reason. I'm gonna say this. That's not it. So now we get to find out if I remember where the illusory wall is. I'm assuming it's not these. Yeah, I would assume they're further into the dungeon itself. Yeah. Well, at least we're one shot in the round. Yeah, I can't recall if... Yeah, I would assume that it would be up here in this part. But again, I could be wrong. Wow, okay. Well, fuck me, I guess. That's what you get for trying to climb a ladder. These dudes are also... Like, are these Sumerians, like... Have they just, like, gone mad as they've been down here so long? Like... More interesting origins. I'm like, why is this guy wearing a hood? Is he special? Why is he different? a very spooky-ooky vibe. But yeah, I know that there's a hidden door this way. I just don't specifically remember where it is. Oh, there we go. Okay, once again, very important to kill Spellringer woman. Get a bunch of blood echoes from that. Old Fire Hands McGee over here. Gets a fire paper out of it, not mad. Knock that off, because fog is annoying. A poison knife, what we really came here for. Fog is annoying. Didn't get anything out of that guy. No, it's fine. Like I said, I don't specifically remember where the hidden wall is. I could also just be wildly wrong about this. Yeah. Like I said, I could also just be wildly wrong about this. Y'all didn't want to watch me bumble around in here, because it went so smoothly the last time. Oh, Sin Fortress. Alrighty. Let's see. Where's the entrance to the under part of this? Like I said, it hasn't jogged my memory quite yet. I also may be getting this confused with the later dungeon. It's been a very long time since we've done this challenge, if I'm honest. Ooh. Ooh, look at them legs. Man, he's a gangly one, isn't he? Okay, now that was back out. All right. Okay. Like I said, I could just be wrong. That is possible. I am not always the most remembering intent person. Aw, rats. Poor rats. Poor rats. Okay. Yeah, I might just be crazy. Here, hang on. Let me look it up. Sorry for the dead air, folks. Is it only in the lower Tumaru chalice? What chalice am I in? Okay, yeah, I was right. I'm in a different chalice. I'm a fool, basically. Oh well, I really needed these 3,200 blood echoes, so it's fine. We'll heal up. And then I guess we'll just take the normal path down to 2, because I really don't feel like going back to the hunter stream just to transport to a lamp that we're not too far from. Okay, so I am just a fool. They're only in the lower Tumaru Chalice, which tracks. But yeah, died a lot to this dude, unfortunately. Ooh, call this back up really quick. Again, this is still faster than dealing with that. But again, you see some of the iconography of even the hunters down here. So like, I mean, it would make sense for the iconography of the hunters, but like in the little, there you can see the hanging man. So, okay, cool. And again, the like Tumerians are like represented by like this purplish color, which is very interesting. And again, these like hooded figures holding candles. But again, so did... Oh yeah, this. Isn't there an enemy like hiding in here? It has been a really long time since I've come into the Chalice dungeons, admittedly. Ah. We've got potent throwing knives. Yeah, because like what you're looking for is up there, and then you drop down to here, as I recall. Yeah, see, I haven't been through here in a long time. But again, they had like these intensely built up structures with like lamps and like... And again, is this like a memory of... Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, there are like hidden enemies in this room. See, I remember things. Because like... And again, there are like all these boxes around. Like, is this a memory of like whenever they came through, or is this... Oh yeah, if you walk through the middle, it's a trap. That's right. Oh, sir, I didn't even remember you were here. Please go away. That's right. Now I remember. After everything bad happened, I remembered. Perfect. I was like, there's like a trap here, right? Yes, there is. Interesting how that works. And then... But like I said, are these like the memories of like the initial exploration? Are these memories, are these like representations of what this is really like? Or is this just a total wash? Like, are we actually being like teleported to these? Because again, speculatively, there's like a door on the bottom floor of Bergenworth, which I'll point out when we get to it. But like that's like what's speculated to be the entrance to the Chalice dungeons. Or well, the Chalice says. And so these are just like representations that we have access to because we're in the dream. Hey Amelia, how's it going? I'm about to say we're doing some Chalice dungeon fun. Doing alright. You know, how's it going on your end? And again, it's been a hot minute since I've done this, so I don't specifically remember which direction we need to go in to get to where we need to be. But I know that I want to kill this lady, because she's really annoying. Rude. Let's see. But again, like, if this is supposed to be the like where the... If these are actual representations of how these look, you know, whenever they were first looked at or whenever they were first discovered. It's been going, you know. Took out Amelia. Came down here to see what's up. Hey, I'm Calissa. Good to see you back. It's been a minute. Yeah, and so this is the first dungeon where I think there are, like, off areas. Yeah, somewhere a door to the old labyrinth is opened. Okay, so let's roll back around. But yeah, we took down Amelia. Of course, I ran straight into that boss after, like, not really warming up, so it took 2 attempts, or 3 attempts, but it wasn't that bad. Kind of shook off the rust a little bit. We've taken a little break from Bloodborne just to play some other games and see what else is going on, but, you know, it doesn't take that much to get back into the old muscle memory. But this is the room that we walked in first while we were down there. Like I said, it's weird that there's, like, this balcony and there's, like, the sub area. So, like, did people come and, like, you know, speak to the following or whatever down through here, and they would all gather there? Like, what the Chalice dungeons actually are is up for debate. Because, like, in my personal headcanon, the Chalice dungeons, what we're playing through in the game and what we've, like, summoned is, like, the memory of the hunters, or, you know, the Bergenworth scholars that initially explored these. So, like, this is how it was found whenever they first entered that door that's beneath Bergenworth. And again, that may not be exactly what happened, but that's, like, my personal thought to what happened. No, I've beaten Bloodborne probably 5 or 6 times. Ooh, the kick. I just, like, I truly love this game, and I wanted to play it because I wanted to get, like, B-roll for a video I'm planning on making, and I figured I might as well, you know, play through a game that I love anyway. But, like I said, I intend to go through and use clips from this to talk about lore stuff, so I figured I'd kind of catch my raw thoughts to kind of take things slow and actually look at everything. But there's our ritual blood, which we'll need to unlock the, I think, the next section. Ah, yes. The floor traps and such. Okay, yeah. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I've actually come through the Chalice dungeon, so I don't super remember where all the traps are and everything, so this has been fun. But there's, like, a certain degree of opulence. Again, like, if this was all, like, built in, kind of like the Hive from the first Resident Evil movie, like, kind of all built underground. And, like, clearly we're underground because there are, like, root systems and stuff above us. But, like, this level of ornate, you know, decoration and carving, and there's more of the gargoyles and everything. So, meaning parts of Yharnam. So we had to have entered the Chalice dungeons before they built Yharnam, because there's a lot of, like, mimicked architecture. There's a lot of, like, mimicked statuary, and, like, they clearly, like, aped a lot of the architecture here in Yharnam. So, like, and I mean, I guess speculatively Bergenworth existed before Yharnam was built. We kind of knew that going through. Okay, is this the first, like, bonus area? I can't remember. Like I said, it has been a while. No, okay. There's not a pre-boss bonus area. That is fine. Well, let's go deal with the bosses in here. Ah, yes, it's just 3 of the big dudes. which, you know, are easy enough. That did not count as a hit, unfortunately. That's fine. Yeah, as you can see, a charged R2 takes out like half of their health bars. So, not terribly concerned. There we go. He didn't want to take out a boss in 6 R2s. Staggered me. Fine, we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Well, at least that boss took way less attempts than the last one. Yeah, there's the Tumor Root Chalice. And then a Bloodstone and some other stuff. Cool. But yeah, just a quick jaunt, you know? Wanted to kind of tank through here. Like I said, not even enough for us to level up once. So we will just continue on. Yeah, I wanted to tackle these where they would still be like somewhat of a challenge. Just because I know the early chalices, like especially if you come down here late game and just destroy stuff. And it's like, yeah, I don't necessarily want to, you know, make these totally trivial. And at least this first, like, complete chalice I've done several times, but I've never actually gone through and beaten Queen Yarnum before. So that was another, you know, and obviously she's a huge piece of the lore because she shows up even outside of the chalice dungeons in some ways, obviously. Because you see her after being Rom and you see her before Murgus. We need to go back to the quick attacks, but again, if these are just like, you know, the memories of, like, well, here's actually Prospector Olek, so like the Tomb Prospectors, like, does that, like, this is how they found these ruins, so like, the enemies here are Thumerians, I believe. I mean, it's interesting to think about, like, what they devolved into, basically. Oh yeah, this part. Yeah, because these things. Now. I think we'll deal with the... Yep, there we go. Oh, cool. I forgot there was one of those in here. Okay. Well, abs are the best of them, right? Took him out easier this time, at least. Okay. Note to self, don't get overwhelmed. If I recall right, the actual move is just to run straight and then up, because the bell ringing woman is up here. Or I guess we can just go get our souls back. Or echoes. Alright. Yeah, see. A sinister bell, whatever. She's up there. 3 for that dork that I don't care about right now. I don't remember where the stairs are. Let's see, it has been a hot minute. Run over here. There it is. Okay. Like I said, we really need to take out the belly at the very least. Because they're just going to cause problems. There she is. Thank you for locking on to not the enemy I was trying to lock on to. I really appreciate it. Okay. That makes this a lot less annoying. Pick up more ritual blood. Yeah, go for it. Let's see. Do I have throwing knives? I've only got poison knives. Dang it. Okay, well, that makes the feather dusters a lot more annoying. So we probably won't worry about it. Although I do want to go take out the bag man. Just because I personally find him annoying. Alright. I think that's all the items from up here. And again, like, they had, like, green spaces like this with fountains and, like, raised up, like, parapets and gathering places. So, like, it's developed enough. Let's see. Or we could just R2 them once and it's fine. Arcane Haze, which is something that we needed. So, I designed the logo and banner and everything for myself and don't necessarily want to worry about it beyond that. I like the idea of doing everything on my own. So, oh yeah, this is like the elevator to get back up there, right? There it is. So yeah, now we can move around, but I do want to go get the Arcane Haze from this one over here. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. Oh. Ugh. The feather dusters. Always a problem. But yeah, if you can actually hit their head, like, that's their weak point. So, it is sort of a hack. It's just, hitting their head's not the easiest thing in the world. But okay. I was about to say, there's not more in this particular room that I'm aware of. I think there is, like, offhanded items and stuff, but I think we may have grabbed them at this point. So, only thing left to do, we can go up through here, bypass the fountain, and then go up and up, and keep rolling. Like I said, the first chalice, and I think the next one, I do pretty routinely, just because, it's a good way to procrastinate from continuing in the base game, but I don't know if they were necessarily hostile or not, but they definitely did drop a lot of blood vials, so we're happy about that. More blood vials. Like, this is worth it if nothing else, but to find more and more blood vials, so. Okay, another one of these dudes. Dude, his, like, jabby attack comes out so fast. Anyway. Weak to viscerals, so. There we go. And again, your viscerals scale with your skill stat and your overall character level. I think it does scale with your, like, weapons upgrade levels too. It scales with a lot of stuff, but it doesn't. It's not, like, completely dependent on you having a weapon and, like, a bunch of other things. So, like, that is something to consider, and part of the reason why I like leveling up skill first. But now we have that door back at the beginning open, but what's this ladder about? Let's look up here. Okay. Nothing bad's ever happened climbing up ladders, not knowing what you're looking for, right? I remember there being a whole bunch of malarkey in one of these rooms. I think opening this chest brings down spiders, right? Tomb mold. That might be in a later dungeon. Like I said, I've gone pretty deep in these. I've just never gotten to Yarnum. To Queen Yarnum. Yeah, and this just brings you back out to these like balconies where dudes were throwing stuff at you while you were out there. But again, really intense architecture. And again, they clearly had like some access to the surface. Because, I mean, obviously there are... let's see. I'm about to say, I thought there were guys up here. I guess there's just the one guy. But that's fine. Cool. Yeah. Now I don't remember where we came out from. You don't deserve light. Death Note, anybody? No? Unfortunately, this takes its sweet time. Despite it not being that far to the ground. You know, when in doubt, we can, like, again, big Sims Fortress vibes. Luckily, this area is not threatening anymore, but like I said, I don't specifically remember. Because, I mean, we opened the thing, we can go that way, but there's another door we didn't go through up here. I can't remember specifically which door it was that we hadn't gone through. So this is where we were to get that, and then this is back out here, and I think we pretty much walked all the way around. Okay. So let's go through the other door, on the other side of the bridge. Okay. And so this is like further in, and you can like see that there's an item at the end of this hallway, but like this has to be a trap, right? Just some blood vials. Again, like whenever you splash through the water like this, there's like little squishy sounds, and it's like that can't mean anything good. Like, okay, so let's. Whoa, bloodsucker. I don't know where that dude came from. That was interesting. Was that always down here? Like, did I just miss that the first time? Like, jeez. Okay. So we will go back from whence we came to get back to that initial room and deal with the boss door. Man, I always get super turned around here. That's a bush. Let's see, is that where we came from? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and like, again, not that the Sumerian society was super worried about like handicap accessibility, but like this seems really inconvenient to access. And again, they had to have had some kind of access to the surface because, you know, they have like skylights in certain places and like different foliage and stuff like that. It's very weird. Oh, sir, that's no way to welcome people to your home. Ah, Bagman. Love trading blows with these dudes. Ooh. Man. We've gotten through the rest of it so cleanly. To biff it next to the end boss of the whole thing. Oh well. Luckily, it's not like it's that far to get back here, so. But it's 2 dudes. I think we can get through 2 dudes. Throw his corpse in the well. Okay. And again, not even that we're like really stressing about getting our echoes back. There wasn't even a level worth of echoes at this point. And that was after beating all the enemies and everything and dealing with that, so. Ah, now he's got the glowy eyes. I can't remember if you can actually parry these two or not. Dude, what would be cool is we could stop whipping with R2. Because one charged R2 kills those dudes. Okay. And so you got down there to look at. And then across here. Again, these little like pre-boss bonus areas of this make this all a lot more complicated. Like, just a lot more to explore. And not necessarily like better content, it's just more of it. Now mind you, Bloodborne is one of the few games where I'm like, oh god, I wish there was more content. And then you realize it's like, oh, there's nigh infinite content in the chalices. I think there's 11,000. Or is it 111,000? There's some god-awful amount of these. Like, if you really look at it and all the possibilities and constructions, there's an unholy number of these dungeons, technically, in the game. Which is, like, just crazy to think about, let alone. I mean, but it's kind of the benefit of having things be, like, not procedurally generated. I don't think the dungeons are technically procedurally generated, but, like, content like that, though. Again, there are, like, these parapets that, like, again, that our characters, like, technically not standing on, but just hovering, you know, Bloodborne things. But it's just, it's interesting. Like the architecture in here where it like kind of loops back on itself, and god, if this is actually how you had to open doors, these people were squat masters. Yeah, there's just another one of these dudes. Done and dusted. Alrighty. And then a big fancy treasure chest. Zelda ain't got nothing on those. Just more ritual blood. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, anytime you come into one of these dungeons, you should absolutely loot everything you can. But again, they're like this is like a corpse in repose that's been like laid to rest, and then you come down here and there's like a coffin that's treated more like a treasure chest in the game, but like again, somebody with like a gold skull that was kind of thick though. Like again, at like all the implications about the Thumerians are very interesting. just, again, they were clearly like technologically advanced to be able to like dig out this intense and like intricate of structures, and to have like switch operated doors and stuff like that. Again, that's all stuff that had to have predated Yarnum, and B, like influenced Yarnum's take on like city planning. Like, what is it called? Like city planning? I can't remember. There's like a specific term. It's not ergonomics. It's I can't remember the specific term for it, but whoever the like city planner was for Yarnum took big inspiration. From the Thumerian society. I guess Thumeria. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, now we're just down below where that was. So does this just end here? Interesting. Yeah, and again, like, this intricate, like, very reverent way that things are laid out. Again, the architecture is very Gothic, but, like, because of all the root systems and everything else, like, it's laid out a certain way. Like, shit's wild, man. Just the amount of, like, effort and time and attention to detail. It was, like, kind of copied and pasted from, or into Yarnum. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. Let's go see if I remember what this boss does. I think this is Bloodletting Beast, am I right? Because the Undead Giant was first, then the Watchdogs. Oh no, this is the Watchdog. Okay. Actually, Watchdog's kind of challenging, so... kind of reminds me of Gravehitters. Oh, but we deal spiky damage, okay. Yeah. Portal done. We didn't really want to create that much distance between us, but... Ow, Pixie Dog. Although at least the music is super cool. Ah, man. Thought we were outside of it. Outside of the hitbox for that, but sadly we went off. Ooh. I forgot he did that. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've come down here. Well, I can't break his face. Now he's getting all floppy. In case you're wondering where they got the decision to do more, it's the way they did it. Bosses like Watchdog and Guild for it. But there we go, first try, not even bad. Okay, Central, Thumeru, Chalice. Yeah, it has been a hot minute since I've been through here. Thank you. Appreciate the praise. Admittedly, for whatever reason, like beast type bosses and stuff like that, I don't find nearly as hard as like one big enemy that does the thing to you. Like, for whatever reason, I really struggled against the Undead Giant. the first layer boss.
Welcome home. What is it you did? Very well, let me.
Very well, let me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. See, this is the problem with leveling, but endurance, it just feels like you're not doing anything. Yeah, either of these are 2 at this point, so it's not like that's a huge difference. I want to get my health to around 1,000. Let's go that route. Okay. Thank you, dear.
Farewell, good hunt. May you.
But yeah, 2 layers of the Chalice dungeon, and we got enough for 1 level. And we only died twice throughout the whole thing, so. Bloodborne. I don't think we found any, like, particularly good gems. I mean, not that you necessarily would this early on. I mean, that does make your thrust better, but, like, whatever. There's one that looks like it's just a strict upgrade. Yeah, fizz up it. Yeah, that is kind of just better. I mean, I'm not doing a whole lot of blunt attacks, so it's not necessarily better, per se. Yeah, I think the balanced approach. 167 across the board. So I guess we did find one gem that was slightly better. Okay. But yeah, so that was a fun little jaunt. Let's see, yeah, because that's all of that. Let's see. Yeah, because there's the root chalice. And then we can go to Central Damaru. Well, either way, I think we're good on the chalice dungeons for right now. 8. All right, let's start creeping through the Forbidden Woods, huh? Okay. So yeah, the Forbidden Woods. Like I said, this is the path that connects Bergenworth to Yharnam, but became off limits. Oh, you know, hey, I was about to say I'm on the eastern side of the United States, so it's kind of a whole weird thing. I was about to say the last time I think you were on with me, you were in France, right? I mean, it definitely would make the time zone work, right? But yeah, they've like gone through and like made traps and everything through this area, and there are like, again, more gravestones because like I guess there was just a mass of dead people and everything like that. But again, this is like a very clear path at one point. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. I forgot that trap was there. Ooh. Yeah, because it's what, like 2 in the morning in France? Okay. There are like easier ways to like drop down on these dudes rather than just fighting them straight out, but I don't care that much. So I think we're just gonna roll down and go like I said, this is like the intended path. Like you were supposed to go this way to get to Bergenworth from Yharnam. So like, was this always forbidden, and then they just had like specific contingencies of dudes to come back this way? Like, it's weird that like this whole section is built up enough to have people still here, but not so built up that, you know, it hasn't been like reclaimed by nature, because there are clearly parts of this that are. Yeah, let's take out the dogs, because Again, for the sin of being a dog in a Souls game. Great. Ow. I love that their vials hurt more than everything else. Oh wow, yeah, no, because of the oiler. Yep. That fire attack took half my health bars. Lord. Okay. But no, I was about to say I appreciate it coming through. I was about to say I know it's late over there in Europe in general. Just the time zone difference. It's definitely a factor with Twitch. I know that I follow some people in California too, and that's like 3 hours behind me. So it's always fun matching time zones and trying to keep up with the content and everything like that. I feel bad. I did skip my my stream on Sunday just because I had some stuff going on, and like I ended up needing to like edit videos, and I was like, no one wants to watch me edit videos. Because I had something going on in the evening and wasn't going to be able to do it, so it ended up better for me to edit videos in a way that doesn't be like a full time. Oh, the oil throwing guy ended up with my echoes. Interesting. Yeah. Now actually, oh god, dude, the fire attack doesn't get hit by that burn. Come on, there we go. Ow. God, man. The Forbidden Wood's pretty unforgiving. But again, this is like officially the midpoint of the game, so like, you know, this is what would functionally like serve at like getting through this area into Bergenworth is kind of like the climb from the beginning of Anne Orlando through to like Ornstein and Smo. Although I do think that Ornstein and Smo are a more like difficult challenge than like you know, Shadows of Yharnam. I mean, not to say that Shadows of Yharnam aren't difficult to fight, because they definitely are, but Rose. Back up. There's a back up. No brain damage. Back up. There we go. More twin bloodstone shards, but like I said, for our primary weapon, we're kind of to the point where we need chunks. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily worth it to go into the DLC just to get chunks, but it is kind of a whole thing. And that was to the left. And then going through here takes you down to where the village, like, starts. Again, that is kind of the intended path, but in this case we are going to run over here, because I want to go back up to the backside of Isufka's clinic. I really want to go get... Yeah, we don't have the knockback with... the not transformed weapon, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, the attacks are slower, but like staggering your opponents out of their animation is so strong. Okay, and I think this is Beast Blood Pellets, if I recall. That bucket. Yeah, Beast Blood Pellets, that's what I thought. But yeah, we want to go this way because we want to go to Canehurst eventually. Which actually is like the first place that you really start getting chunks. Admittedly, we might do Canehurst before we do Rom. Okay. More cold blood. And then yeah, there's like this back gate to this little like settlement here, which we'll come back to shortly. But for right now, we'll clear out the settlement later. Let's go through the back way and up the Poison Swamp. Let's get the Tonsil Stone and then go the back way up the Poison Swamp. Tried to suck me in. Again, but like, there's this little settlement that's all like built, but it's all wood. Again, it's all like early architecture. Like, there's not a lot of stone masonry here. Okay.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending. Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness.
Thanks, bud.
Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength.
I bet it will, Patches.
I'm unquestionably certain.
Oh, Patches.
Not even death offers solace. Seek you the ancient shrouded church, hidden to the right of the main cathedral. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength.
You're lucky you're a fan of this character, bud. Because otherwise, I would be very obligated to take you out. And again, dogs in cages become dogs not in cages very quickly. And deal with them as need be. Can't remember. I think there are more, but then you can go through that gate and everything. But yeah, just Patches in a creepy shack out here. Yeah, and then you can like... I think there's like a set, if I recall, up here. So we will climb up here just because I want to be able to read the clothing. But there are also more birds up here because of course. Luckily, these birds are actually at least. I don't know if the birds are weaker to thrust or not, but here's more pebbles. Yeah, that's right. The white church hat set and everything. That, if I recall right, is what you need to get the unique dialogue out of Ludwig. Okay, and so now we will continue on. Let's see, it's not this. Yeah, I like that. Really like the backstep attack with this weapon. The like thrust forward. That looks very cool. Oh yeah, hey man. Devin guy, what's going on? Yeah, we're just we're going through slowly. We're talking about some of the more interesting lore implications in Bloodborne. I'm really catching B-roll so I can put together a quality. I'm probably gonna make like a giant iceberg video. I've found a couple icebergs on Reddit and went through and got cooking up some of my own ideas to add to it. So I'm gonna make a really like in-depth lore discussion video for Bloodborne, and so we're coming through looking at stuff. Something died. We got echoes randomly. That's interesting. But yeah, it's interesting that there's this back way here. Oh yeah. Like I said, I mean that's kind of been my goal, and I've got the beginning of it ready. I've got the script, and I've got like I said, I'm working on paring down and doing research on the individual topics so that I can individually discuss them. But the lore is so good. Are you playing with one of the more with the PC port of it that was really popular on Reddit a couple weeks ago? That's the main reason I want a Bloodborne port to PC, is just so people can make mods. Because again, I've started playing a little bit more with Bloodborne or with Dark Souls mods and everything like that, and Bloodborne just seems such a cool game to mod in the first place. Like, that's the move. I was saying I'm playing this on hardware, but like I am not above saying screw it and just doing it through an emulator. If I got to actually like play with good mods and everything, like I feel like I would absolutely do it. Oh god, man. See, the skinny sword is much better for dealing with the little guys, and the big sword is much better for dealing with the big dudes. That charge RT is very little. Damn. Oh my god. Ow. But that's interesting. These are like Great Ones tombstones. I mean, I'm assuming they've been like corrupted by the. I'm assuming they've been corrupted by the poison or whatever the flavor is. Dude, these snakes, I swear, get out! Wow. Okay, I got comboed to death by the Awesome. That's on me. I should have just cut through and opened the shortcut because it's a lot easier to run to there from Isefka's. Maybe they are the cause of the poison. That's an interesting thought. Like they're just draining their goo into the poison pool. I guess they never like make that clarification, so it's not impossible. Ah, ooh. Ah, man. It certainly would explain a lot. Like I said, whenever I was first walking through here, I was speculating, like, how long have the woods been forbidden, you know? Has it always been forbidden because of its connection to Bergenworth and, like, their connection to the Great Ones? Like, there's a lot of interesting information about, like, the timing of everything in this game. And I think Last Protagonist did a, like, somewhat comprehensive video about, like, when things had to have happened and in what order. And that's definitely going to inform some of the information that I pull whenever I'm talking more about, like, the actual timeline of everything. But pinning that down is going to be a whole... Oh yeah, Last Protagonist is great. I've been following him for a while now. Actually, I mean, to be honest, his something that's going to come in a lot of handy for, like, the video I'm planning is his discussion of, like, the Japanese translations between things. Like, I love his videos, but he did, like, a whole video about the timeline and everything, or what the timeline would have to be. Like, all right, man. He's just chilling. Let's see, can we get an R2 up in here? No, not quite. Did I break his AI? Ooh. Are we okay? I mean, we actually got kind of a good look at his face, which is terrifying. The snakes. Dude, it genuinely is the eels for me. Like, God, they suck. Alright. Let's take down our collection of eels. God, what really sucks is we don't one-shot the eels. Like, God, man. If we could just one-shot the eels, I think it would be fine. Alrighty. More Frenzied Cold Blood. I want my echoes back, damn it. It would be different if they were like into. Come on, get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Damn it. Well, there goes 20k. It's fine. Ugh. Dude. That's brutal. Oh well. Well, now I really don't care. Yeah, now I think that's all the items out of there, so we're just going to run for it at this point. Got the Dirty Blood gem, got the couple of Cold Blood, and everything like that. Let's just run. Let them deal with that. There's our free echoes for running. Alright. Where am I going? I need to go this way. Yeah, like there's clearly like a defined, straightforward path through here, straight to Bergenworth. And we know that like at some point, Bergenworth was like a known entity in this world. And so, despite Lawrence like striking off on his own, and not necessarily like, still take out the dogs. If only for being dogs in a Soul game. Don't get me wrong, as somebody whose dogs are on the couch with him, I love dogs. Not in Souls games. They are... I mean, don't get me wrong, it could be worse. It could be the Dark Souls 3 dogs that teleport to you, but still. Oh, now my echoes are just loose. Thanks. Ow. Okay, up and through. Did I get poisoned? Yeah, I did. We'll heal that now. Oh, this just loops back around. That's right. Okay. But yeah, like I said, how long have the woods been forbidden? Like, was there a period where, like, because, like, Lawrence left Willem, and so I'm assuming Willem wasn't super open to having a bunch of people from Yharnam come talk to him. But, like, Yharnam calls them the Forbidden Woods. So, like, if Bergenworth, like, forbid its students from going to Yharnam, then it wouldn't be referenced that way. So clearly Yharnam views it as a Forbidden Woods. And so, again, logically, if the Forbidden Woods, you know, are forbidden and listed that way, does that mean that the, actually before we go up to the clinic, I think we're gonna roll back this way really quick. Yeah, so like that means the Forbidden Woods weren't always forbidden, and were always like a pathway to Bergenworth, because there had to have been like trading back and forth.
Oh, hello. You're all right.
Yeah, let's talk to Imposter Iosefka.
He's safe with me now. I presume you're to thank. The treatment is going well. Stabilized, for the most part. Fascinating, really. Here you are, as promised.
Oh,
Thank goodness you came. Be a dear. Find me some more.
I thought you got an Iosefka's blood vial. Or one of the Iosefka's vials or whatever.
There may yet be. If you find them, I endeavor to treat every survivor there is. So please, be a saint.
I'll come talk to you in a second. Okay. The lamp. Let's see, and we'll get back to the Forbidden Woods in just a second, just because I did want to come through here formally. But, yeah, I mean, like, the timeline of that's very weird, because, like, when was that? It's clearly been a very long time since it's been, like, just a commonly accessible road. but there's like a settlement there, people who live there. So like, clearly to some degree, it's not totally forbidden. At least not to the people who lived there anyway. Well, well, well. Anyway, bad jokes aside. That's right. Well, to be honest, the only person I ever send there is the doubter guy. So, yeah, you know. It's like, you know, anytime anyone says 69, you know, you have to say nice. That's how I am with Wells. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, rooftop traversal in the city. And, like I said, and something that I was thinking about initially is that, like, all the hatches are battened down, you know, they're, like... So, like, they were clearly prepared for the hunt, but then there's, like, a lot of just general disrepair that, like patina and age. So, like, how long has the hunt been happening? Like, this has been a while. And, like, what's a little bit more disconcerting is that there are, like, packed bags and, like, tons of carriages around. So I think the people who wanted to leave weren't even able to leave. Hey, Celestial Emissary. Oof. Isefka, you really let yourself go. Scotty. Well, there's one blood vial. And we're back around. But the real reason we came up here, the Canehurst summons, so that we can start getting chunks and talk about Canehurst, because I love Canehurst. And again, handwritten scrawl. The speculation is, in my opinion, that you left this note for yourself because you knew that taking the blood would scramble your mind. But, I mean, obviously open to interpretation. There's also speculation that was placed there by the Moon Presence, because the Moon Presence wanted to refresh the dream and get rid of Gehrman because he was annoying. And there's our doubter guy, I think. Pungent blood cocktails. Love that for us. More people to experiment on for Isefka. I did not know that. That's super interesting. There's so much, like, in this game just to discover. It's wild. Like, this is just, like, one of the most intricate lore games ever. And again, like, the fact that they did all this with one game is just nuts, and, like, it's such a testament to their storytelling. But, like, this is a broken out window, but, like, it has, like, guardrails and, like, rafters, so, like, this was intended to be some kind of entrance. Like, the whole time. I wonder if that's how Imposter Isefka got over here. And then again, and kind of talking about, like, the structure of everything, coming back to this room now that we know everything that we know, and looking at it a little more intently, like, this is the table we got off of at the very beginning of the game. And then again, the note and everything. But, like, again, the blood ministration took place in these clinics. And now that we can kind of go back this way and see more, there's, like, waiting areas and things like that. And again, kind of ornate chandeliers. The light's not shining as bright, obviously. And then you can come all the way down to the other side and see another, like, operating clinic that is similar, but, like, there's, like, a body of a celestial emissary here, which is creepy to look at. And then, like, a blood splatter on the floor from whatever experiments were going on here. And then a communion rune. So, like, how long has Imposter Iosefka been here? I guess is the logic. Now, as I recall, I need to actually come back here. I don't actually want to go necessarily.
Ah, moonlit scents. How did you worm your way in here? Very unfortunate. I had such high hopes for you. Well, I won't make any excuses. Would you mind leaving us alone? Things need not change. You'll do the rescuing, and I'll do the saving.
Saving.
But if you refuse to leave... Oh well. I've always wanted to try my hand on a hunter.
Yeah, alright. Like I said, I think, if I recall right, you have to have the blood moon thing going to get the umbilical cord from her, and that has more lore implications in my mind than just taking her out, so we will do that later. I don't know why I came this way. Should have went toward the lamp the fastest way. I mean, yeah. Let's go get the one level we have in us, and then we'll go back to the Forbidden Woods. But again, just interesting lore pieces. Again, like all the blood administration that happened here, and like how long has Iosefka been replaced is very interesting. Like, I feel like a lot of my questions about the lore that, like, you know, I haven't looked up or read about otherwise just involve the timeline and like how long things have been happening. For better or for worse.
Welcome. What is it? Very well.
Welcome. What is it? Very well, let me. Oh, wow. We are 49 souls shot. Fine. What don't I care about? I like my poison knives. I feel bad about that. The whole point is not to crack those. You know what? I think we can do without one of our 30 bloodstone shards. Like, really the only like build upgrade we're gonna make is whenever we get the Evelyn from Canehurst, so.
Very well, let me...
Okay, like I said, on the quest to get our HP to 1,000, so that I'll feel less squishy.
Farewell, good. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Thank you. Okay, and yeah, I think we're just gonna go straight to Canehurst, because, like I said, that's where the upgrades to our weapon lie. And again, I really want to talk about Canehurst. Good old Pain Hurts Castle. Now, admittedly, I think everyone that plays Souls games has that one boss that just, like, always hands your ass to you. My one boss that always hands my ass to me is Legaria. Hey, Freeper. Hey, we actually got Molotovs. God, we haven't had a drop of Molotovs in a long time. I mean, this guy running from downtown, huh? Sir. Man, I am so late at recognizing that. There we go. Swag. I can't believe I just said swag unironically. Ugh. I'm dying. I'm losing my mind. Which is befitting this game. Swagborn. Bilbo swagging. Alrighty. You know what? I needed a couple more blood vials. Okay. And now, take a fun, relaxing carriage ride to scenic Canehurst Castle. Everyone's favorite vacation destination just outside of Hemwick Charnel Lane. Come get into our ethereal carriage. Take a step up, enjoy the plush seats, while we ride to the winter wonderland that is Painhurst Castle. Spooky. This goes on longer than I thought it did. Ride carriage. Press F to pay respects. Who's watching you? Is the real question. Who set up this secret camera? Also, you couldn't use all this tourism money to paint the carriage? Like, this looks pretty stripped, my guy. Also, hand me the ox. This music, kind of ominous. Hey, those horses are alive. Again, up to Castle Dracula. Stretch the legs. Yeah, Nosferatu looking ass, indeed. All right, and what happened? Like, oh no, the horses. I won't dwell too long on the jokes, I guess. Seems like a bad sign. What is this? The painted world of Ariamis? Anyway. That is true. You know, if you beat a dead horse too much, then you just have horse burgers. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I read that in a book. All right. So, everyone's favorite area. Actually, kind of unabashedly, like one of my favorite areas. I genuinely like Canehurst. I think it's cool and creepy. However, the outside of Canehurst sucks. These things suck so hard. They hurt so much. That clutch statue dodge? Hell yeah. However, at least we're dealing decent damage. An uncharged R2 and 2 R1s dealt, or killed it at least, so that's an upgrade from how it feels when I usually come here. Okay, come on. Gorge yourself upon me. Or whatever the kids are saying these days. Wow, we just stared that one in the face because we didn't have any stamina. Ah, the worms. I forgot about the worms. There's a real through line to this stream now. Fucking worms. The only reason you save the shining coins is so you can try to spell out the word boobs on the beach after you kill Orphan. Okay, well I guess we're gonna keep the more agile weapon out. Also, I feel like I could pop these ticks with this more adequately. God, yeah, that's the only problem with this. There's just like no stopping power to it. Yeah, let's just whiff like 3 attacks in a row. That'll really kill it. Yep. God, man. I'm so bad at this game. Like, I just want to talk about the lore. I don't want to fight bloodsuckers. Yeah, they definitely suck. Ugh, they're like, you know, about to burst. I'd say I might have to borrow some of my dog's next guard. Pun intended. It's fine. You're allowed. You're allowed. God, dude, this sword having stop power sucks so hard. Dude, what the hell? God, man. What the I don't think we're supposed to be here yet. That being said, it's fine. I don't like how it stares at the camera at you after. That's uncool. If I can make it through the weird underground area of Elden Ring at level 20, I can deal with this. Yeah, you know. Like I said, the outside of this area sucks. Once you get into Canehurst, pretty sweet. However, I hate any boss wound that requires you to take fall damage during the run back, so that is another uncool part of this. Jesus, the worms. Okay, well I got the one thing I came down here for, I guess. I love when they stun you out of a roll and you just stand there and take damage. Everyone's favorite thing. Okay, screw it. We're on full suicide run here. Get the weapons. So I'm to the point where I just need chunks. So like, I think 6 if I recall, for how this game does its level scaling. Ooh. The creepy whip tongues. I think that's all the items outside, so we will now be just running inside because fucking bloodsuckers. I can't remember either. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, that is true. Honestly, so like the reason why I'm using this particular weapon is I just never have. The first run of this game I ever did, I used the Kirk hammer pretty much the whole time. I think like all the way through, and then I did another run because I heard that the whirligig saw was like the best strength weapon ever, and so I was like, ooh, and so I just did another strength run. And then my next run I did with the Blades of Mercy, and then most recently I did a run with the Chicago. Oh yeah, the whirligig saw is insane. It's still probably the most fun run I've had. Yeah, just like lawnmowering people to death, like just weed whacking. Love it. It never gets old. Yeah, but it taking 3 R1s to kill basic enemies, and this is not great. And we have 25 strength and skill, so we're like right at the first soft cap for it, so like we definitely have a lot more ways to go as far as like power for this weapon. But like I said, I've just never used it before, and I've always heard it called either like a noob weapon or like, but to be fair, my most recent run in Dark Souls 3, I went and used the what's it, the Sellsword Twin Blades, and like really enjoyed it. And to be honest, I've enjoyed using this weapon. I don't know if it's as good as like the Sellsword Twin Blades, but it's pretty good. I'm not mad about it. Like I said, my first playthrough I went like pure strength build because I had just done a playthrough of, I think the first time I beat this game, I had just done a playthrough of Dark Souls 1 where I really committed to using the Zweihander. And the Zweihander is my favorite weapon of any Dark Souls weapon, period. So I wanted to commit to just making a full bonk strength build, and that was the Zweihander. being stamina draining to kill these. It's not great. I mean, that'll do it. But again, I want to clear out this area so we can kind of walk around and remark on the architecture and talk about the lore. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, all the weapons in the DLC are super cool. I really like all their designs. They're really interesting. Like, I like the club that turns into a whip. Like, that thing is insane. And, like, the beast claws that, like, you can get are super fun. I can't remember if that was only in the DLC that you could get the beast claws, but super fun. Like, just a fun, interesting mechanic and weapon together. And obviously the whirligig saw. I really want to do a Simon's bow blade run at some point. Like I said, whenever I did my Chicago run, I mostly tried to do like blood tinge oriented stuff. Like, so it was a little bit of skill, but mostly blood tinge. So I just used the cane the whole time until I got to the point where I could get here and then get the Chicago, which took a very long time, admittedly, but super worth it. Very interesting. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot different than my Blades of Mercy run. The Blades of Mercy run, I pretty much just used the cane for forever. Which, you know, may not have been necessarily easier or harder. That's interesting. I was about to say, I know, do you know, if you haven't checked out the backlogs on YouTube, he did a full run where he just used Simon's Bowblade, and it was fucking weird. Just because it's, like, just not what this game was built for. Like, I mean, gun-only runs exist, but, like, it's such a different mechanic for the Bowblade. I mean, if we're just gonna cheese stuff with R2, we're just gonna cheese stuff with R2. Like, yeah, this does not bode well for the room that also has the dudes with the knives. But luckily, we'll have some shortcuts between then and now, so I am way too far away. I thought she was coming this way. She was not. Oh, yeah, for sure. I can't remember who did the video, but they did a video where they went to, like, New Game Plus 27 and used every weapon for each iteration. And, like, he did it tiered where he started with his favorite weapons. Or, like, no, he tiered it after the fact. And, like, I can't remember what his logic was and what weapons he used when, but he was, like, the tier list was pretty much what you expected. Like, oof. Some weapons in this game are real bad. Like, I wish the weapon you got for beating the Orphan of Kos was, you know, not noodle arms and was better. Ah, man. I thought I had hit R1, I hit R2, and it took forever to start up, so now he's gonna bite me a lot. Thanks, bud. Real happy to have fed you. Bad. I know there's another one that way. I wasn't looking at boobs, you can't prove it. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, they definitely intended that to be like a, here, this is for challenge runners. Oh yeah, I mean, that's definitely like the actual use case for it is like that weird R2 it does. Where it does like that AoE. Like, that actually makes it somewhat worth it. But, like, the actual, like, R1s of that, I do like the way that it makes you dodge. I do think that's particularly funny. Like, you look like Voldo from Soul Calibur. Collecting the chunks. Yeah, interesting, like, execution, bad scaling, and, you know, bad actual usage case. I forgot to actually run back through here and actually talk about what things looked like because I was too busy having fun enjoying the game. Like I said, I've been playing a little bit more through like Stardew Valley on stream, and that game is like head empty, so it's hard for me to like have interesting commentary about it. This game and like Souls games in general, I get way too locked into just playing the game and having fun and talking about it that I forgot what I was actually here for. But yeah, so again, what we assume to be like Papa Canehurst, and then Mama Canehurst with the good spaghetti. Oh, that's cool. But again, like super ornate architecture. I mean, this is clearly like, I mean, you even made the joke earlier about it being like Nosferatu coded. This is clearly that kind of like that iteration of Gothic horror, but everything's kind of like trimmed in gold and like again the opulence of everything. Lots of candles, and you know, just real interesting architecture. Nothing to, you know, not anyway. And again, Papa Canehurst, and then various stages of life. Like this is like with the baby, and I'll get stuck if I keep looking at that one. And again, kind of repetitive statues, but still, like again, very opulent, very drawn out. Anyway, that was also something I forgot was, I think this is the Rider Palash, or is that further on? No, it's the Rider Palash. Cool. Rider Palash is badass, actually. I really enjoy it as far as, like, weapons go. But they're, like, weird... like, who was sitting in this chair is my question. But yeah, I mean, again, it's got, like, the Gothic architecture styles of, like, buttresses and... very like Anor Londo coded, which I find interesting. That's cool. I don't know if I mean, I guess I didn't play Armored Core all the way through. I played 3 forever ago on the PS3, and then I played 4 with a friend, and then I picked up 6 and played through like the tutorial. I never really finished through it. I need to keep playing that, if only for the reference. I do genuinely just need to keep playing that game just because it's super interesting. But again, like, this is very like Transylvania coded. Big spooky Gothic castle. Pretty windows. But yeah, lots of statues, lots of like classical Greek and Roman architecture, which again, translated into like modern techniques, becomes like Gothic architecture. There's a lot of similarity there. And then yeah, this room with more of those statues, and then like run over statues. Like they had so many statues, they were ready to go. But yeah, let's come over here and look at some of the like more ornate paintings. But there's like a random deer skull. And then like photos of actual like people from Canehurst, and like there's woman and child, Madonna and child, and like these are all like Canehurst nobles, and you can tell from like the dress and everything. This dude looks like a conquistador. Yeah, like I said, I mean the armor actually from here is super cool looking. Her? Huh. That's really interesting. I don't know if I ever noticed that. I don't think I've ever actually stopped and looked at these paintings directly. Interesting. This dude looks kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio. So, only interested in people under the age of 25. That's super weird. Like I said, I've never actually went through. And then more, at least these are like varying statues, like Madonna and Child. And then like slightly more aged woman with like younger women and several children. Anyway, a lots of various sized statues is interesting too. Like, did they overbuy statues? Like, you messed up and you put 20 in your cart when you meant to pit 2, that kind of thing? Because, like, this is too many statues. Wow, I forgot about you. Super happy I forgot about you in the correct place. Yeah, it's a little Venus de Milo coded, for sure. Bro. Damn it. You could at least have the decency of dropping me a chunk. Go on. Get off. Get off. Go on. Go on. Child of Antiquity in the art book. That, honestly, I just need to buy the art book. Like, it just seems like required reading at this point. I've really formed most of my like lore opinions and stuff like that from just watching YouTubers talk about it. And this is like one of the fairest fights in this whole area. Rapier dude. Yeah, well, and I know that there's a Dark Souls 1 like complete like tome basically, and I really want that as well, just because like I've already got like the Arts and Arcana book for like D&D and a couple other things that are definitely like things that I've read but are more like set piecey kind of things, and that's kind of where I'm at with that as well. Again, creepy laughter. Yeah. I love that I hit him with the R2, but he had hyper armor for this grab. Love that for me. Well, anyway. Yeah, man, go for it. I was about to say, appreciate you stopping in. I would say follow me on or drop me a subscribe on YouTube. I post my VODs like the next day, and I like I said, I am working on like actual like videos. So once I get more B-roll for this and finish doing all the interesting lore research, I'll start posting like sections of my iceberg videos. Oh, I didn't realize it was after 9 already. Much appreciated, man. I was about to say, we'll see you around. There's a veritable gold mine of Bloodborne to look through. God, this game. Alright. To the Hunter's Tree. Did I get 2 or 3 chunks? I got 2. Damn it. Alright, well.
Welcome. What is it you...
Either way.
Very well. Let me...
Yeah, let's get our health to 1,000. I think that is our real game plan at this point. Let's see. We have picked up a decent amount of cold blood once again, so let's pop these. Annoyingly, I don't know if that's going to be enough cold blood to get us to the point where we can get 2 levels. I think so, actually. Let's do this scenario. I'll sell a couple.
Welcome. What is
Bloodstone shards is needed.
very well? Let me step.
Is this enough? This is a little bit shy. Okay, let's go sell let's go sell one bloodstone shard and then get another level in us. And then, like I said, I think I'm gonna review some of the other items we picked up, and then I think we may call it a stream there anyway. But let's see. That's like just shy of what we need, right? Oh, did I? Oh, whoop. I clicked over to the wrong thing. Okay. I mean, I don't want to sell anything like that. Screw it, let's sell one more of these. It's fine. Okay. Let's go get a level.
Welcome. What is very well?
That is the one thing this game definitely does correctly, is give you the ability to, like, have you to
Farewell, good hunter.
sell your leftover extra items, like, right there. Like, this game does it right, as far as that goes. Okay, and how much do we have in storage? We have 138 in storage. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, we'll repair the Holy Blade, because we can't upgrade it quite yet. Which is annoying, but it's how it goes. I actually do really dig the Rider Flash, just because, like, it is just a cool weapon. Actually, we picked up some new blood gems that may be of interest to us. Oh, the Cursed Fire Blood Gemstone. Blood Gemstone? Blood Gemstone. There we go. Those words. That would be quite the hindrance. But, fire damage. Ooh, yeah, like that's a strict upgrade. 174. That's what we like to see. Yep. Cool. And then I'm actually not quite there yet, but that's fine. Again, like I said, we have the tier gem in it just to like give like the smallest bit of fortification to it, but I'm gonna go hang out. I love that she's taller than you. Like, what a statement. But yeah, let's review really quickly. Okay, so we picked up Iosefka's Blood Vial. Blood Vial acquired from Iosefka's clinic. The refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of HP. The product of a slow and careful refinement process, this rare blood vial appears to be a clinic original. And so did Imposter Iosefka end up, like, learning how to make this specific kind of refined blood into blood vials? Or was there just enough, like, in storage that she was able to give a couple to anybody who was willing to send people to her? Curious. We read The Blood of Ariana and kind of got some of the implications about her involvement. The Vile Blood Register. Red Leather Record. Red Leather Record. Red Leather. The Red Leather, Yellow Leather tongue twister for singing. Red Leather Record. The Vile Bloods loyal to the covenant of Annalise, Queen of the Vile Bloods at Canehurst Castle. A record of the Vile Bloods, bloodlusting hunters who seek blood dregs of their prey, kept throughout the ages. Note, online use only. Cannot use this item offline. We'll get there. Okay. Let's see, and then ritual blood. One of the basic ingredients used to satiate a holy chalice is this incoagulable blood. When all is melted in blood, all is reborn. Then tomb mold. Mold that grows from rotten flesh and blood inside the old labyrinth matures to bear great spores. Ugh. I didn't know they were looking in my sink. Oh. Gotta do the dishes, eh? Arcane haze. The tiny smatterings of haze that are found in certain ritual materials, sometimes required for special rites. The additional rite, Sinister Bell, makes the bell-ringing woman appear, and when she rings a sinister bell, hunters from other worlds will be beckoned as adversaries. Yeah, not excited to go through the Nightmare Frontier, but thanks for bringing it up. Okay, and then the Tonsil Stone. A latticed, deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite. Appears useless, but possesses some odd gravitational forces that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." A dubious soul indeed. But not say we haven't picked up anything new down this way. Okay, and the Rider Plash. Weapon wielded by the Knights of Canehurst. Combines an elegant knight's sword with peculiar firearm wielded by the Canehurst Order. The old nobles, long-time imbibers of blood, are no strangers to the sanguine plague, and the disposal of beasts was a discreet task left to their servants, or knights, as they were called for the sake of appearances. And then we found the White Church garb, which we'll go through. Okay, the White Church hat. Attire of special church doctors. These doctors are superiors to the black preventative hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood ministration and the scourge of the beasts. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research, and that some knowledge can only be obtained by exposing oneself to sickness. Woof. Is the spacing just different here? Weird. Do you see how, like, the spacing on these was different? That's strange. But actually, the White Church garb's kind of a vibe. Okay, and then we read those. The Executioner's garb. Attire worn by the band of executioners commanded by the martyr Logarius. Later became the basis of all church attire, with its heavy draping of holy shawl. As the great Logarius once said, "Acts of goodness are not always wise, and acts of evil are not always foolish. But regardless, we shall always strive to be good." Words to go insane guarding an invisible castle, too. Gauntlets worn by the band of executioners, blah, blah, blah. The brass rivets are unique to the executioners and reflect their adoration of hand-to-hand combat. Interesting. Later became the basis of all church attire. And then we've read through the majority of these. The noble dress. A finely tailored Bordeaux dress, worn by the nobles of the old bloodline that traces back to the forsaken Castle Canehurst. And so, like I said, Ariana wears this dress. And her blood specifically says that, like, it's reminiscent of what is forbidden by the church, and that is why the Vile Bloods were, like, so hated by the church. So is Ariana a Vile Blood? That is the question. I think all signs point to yes, but interesting to think about. And I don't think we've got any new blood gems. And then, actually, I guess I need to go actually swap this out just because it is slightly more blood vials than I can currently carry if I switch to the better rune. And then, so we found, obviously the Tumuru Chalice is what we were using initially. And so Root Chalice that breaks multiple labyrinth seals. Root chalices, used in rituals to break old labyrinth seals, are said to change the labyrinth's form each time. The old labyrinth was carved out by the Thumerians, superhuman beings that are said to have unlocked the wisdom of the eldritch truth. And again, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but last protagonist did like a really big deep dive on like the different translations and everything. And the differences in translation with specifically the eldritch truth is super interesting. And we'll delve more into that. The central Thumero chalice. A chalice that breaks a labyrinth seal, but only a root chalice changes the shape of the old labyrinth when used in a ritual. The old labyrinth was carved out by the Thumerians. Yeah, in the same text. Let's see. I am going to go switch out my rune really quickly. And then I think we will call it a stream there. We're coming up. I think we're about, 10 minutes shy of 3 hours. But yeah. Max files held up +3. Hell yeah. Well, since we're in the dream. There we are. Now we can hold 23 blood vials, which is sweet. Okay, so the real question is, do we want to go back to Canehurst and keep combing through there? I think we do. Again, there's a lot of chunks that way. I can't remember if the Frontier has a bunch of... I can't remember if the Nightmare Frontier has a bunch of chunks per se. I know I want to go talk to Patches as soon as possible so I get the anti-clockwise metamorphosis room. But in the meantime, I do think we will run back this way. Sorry if you heard that bottle fall on the floor. I do think we'll run back this way really quick. Get back up here so that I remember what I was doing, where I was going. But yeah, we're just going to leave Dumble lore here to listen to the creepy voices. But I'm going to call it a stream there, guys. Really appreciate everyone coming and stopping by. It was definitely interesting. I was just kind of feeling Bloodborne, and so that's what we were doing. I think Thursday we're probably going to keep going with Stardew, just to kind of hang out and enjoy it. And like I said, we'll do what we got going on. But stuff's happening, stuff's coming together, and we'll see you next time. If you hung out with me on stream, I really appreciate it. Like I said, 6:30 Eastern time on Mondays and Thursdays, and then usually I do Sundays from 2 to 5 p.m. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, leave me a like and a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Lets me know what people are watching. And that's going to do it. Thanks a million for being here. Thanks a million for watching. We'll see you next time. It's been Wumbus. Have a good one.